Good morning. I'm Chaplain John Rollison with the Homestead at Reserve Base Chapel, and thank you for joining us for day 11 of our Advent devotional series. The devotional reading is from Crew Ministry, and today's study starts with a reading from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 8, verses 22 through 25. One day, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let us go over by the other side of the lake." So they got into a boat and set out. As they sailed, he fell asleep. A squall came down on the lake so that the boat was being swamped, and they were in great danger. And the disciples went and woke him, saying, "Master, Master, we're going down." And he got up and rebuked the wind and the raging waters. The storm subsided, and all was calm. "Where is your faith?" he asked his disciples. In fear and amazement they asked one another, "Who is this? He commands even the winds and the water, and they obey him?" Now from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 20, Jesus said, "And surely I am with you always, even to the very end of the age." We can imagine how distressed the disciples must have been. They trusted Jesus, they followed him, but once they went out on this boat and in this storm, they were worried they were going to die. And so they cried out to Jesus to help him. Jesus had led them into this storm, and now he was asleep. Perhaps some of us will be yelling at him to wake up as well. These disciples had given up everything to follow Jesus. We know that they trusted him, but when storms threatened their life, fear and questions set in. Yet Jesus' response to his disciples spoke both to their fear and to his power. He wanted them to know that he had power over all creation, not just this storm, but power over everything. But perhaps more importantly, they needed to experience his presence in the storm. Now, definitely the moral of the story is Jesus' has authority over all creation, but we need to know he has authority over our lives as well, and he can help us. Jesus asked them, "Where is your faith?" And he was asking, is your faith rooted in your circumstances, or is your faith rooted in me? He was there all along. He was the one who told them to get into the boat. And after all they had experienced while following Jesus, they still did not fully comprehend who he was and what it meant to follow him. They didn't know that the presence of Jesus in their lives changed everything. As with the disciples, life's circumstances may bring our deepest fear and questions about Jesus to the surface. We may sense the Holy Spirit asking us, "Where is your faith? Don't you know who's with you no matter what's going on, the God that's in control of all creation?" No matter what's going on in our lives, we know that Jesus has not left our side. He promised to always be with us, even to the end of the age. He's neither surprised by what we're going through or what we encounter, nor put off by the questions our suffering has brought to the surface. And we might ask ourselves, how will we trust the God who is with us no matter what's going on, the God that's in control of all creation? I pray this brought you hope and encouragement this morning. Until tomorrow, I'm Chaplain John Rollison with the Homestead at Reserve Base Chapel.